So we're back in Tomer Devorah. We're in chapter 2. We're dealing with the main functions to emulate the Creator. This is day 11. So in this day, we're going to deal with the second, the third, and the fourth attributes of the Creator to emulate. So it says one's thoughts, this is the second, one's thoughts should emulate the thought process of Keter, just as the Chokhmah of Keter never stops thinking good thoughts. So again, Keter is crown. It's like one of the highest Sephirot. In the Sephirot, they're not to be taken literally. It's a mashal, right? It's like a proverb. It's like a midrash. It's like some sort of allegorical representation so that we have something to grasp onto to understand. Okay, so just as the Chokhmah of Keter never stops thinking good thoughts, and it allows no evil to enter in it, because it is absolute compassion with no severity or harshness found there at all, so too a person's thoughts should always be void of anything unseemly. I find this very interesting because, like, real Kabbalah is perfecting yourself. It's perfecting yourself. Just like we have this series that we went through with Rav Victor Miller, Guarding Your Eyes. We're going through the works of the Chafetz Chaim, and this isn't going to be the only one. This is just like lessons from his main works. You know, we're perfecting our speech. Tomer Devorah, we're perfecting our I would call this our radiating midot, our character traits that radiate out to other people. And Orachot Tzadikim, we're dealing with specific attributes, positive and negative, that can be used good or bad, and it's almost like a sieve, right? We're filtering out and utilizing the good stuff and throwing away the bad. That's what Orachot Tzadikim is almost like, where we're perfecting ourselves. These are Kabbalistic works. Rabbi Yisrael Meir Kagan, he was a Kabbalist. Okay, so these are Kabbalah. Real Kabbalah is perfecting yourself. And I find it interesting. I have to do an aside because I just did a video on what the Talmud really says about Goyim being subhuman. And this book addresses this quite frequently. It uses the term, like whenever it talks about how Hashem interacts with all of creation and how Hashem is gracious and even the wicked people, he sustains them and everything else. This book uses the term Adam quite frequently for like mankind, okay? So it wouldn't hurt to check that video out. It is a response to another YouTube channel, but it's interesting because there are accusations out there that Jewish people, it says in the Talmud that Jewish people can do certain horrible, wicked, disgusting stuff. But they don't understand that is a legal framework that deals with punishments, and it's dealing with legal terms and categories. And whenever you look at this type of perfection that we're meant to live up to, where we don't even think unseemly thoughts, how in the world can we be expected to be like secretly doing this crazy stuff, you know, that, or even openly, you know, that some of these people say the Talmud like authorizes? And it doesn't. It's just, they just don't understand. But our books are so full of perfecting ourselves and not even thinking unseemly thoughts or seeing unseemly things or hearing unseemly on and on with all your senses. So continuing. And just as it is the essence of Chokhmah, of the primal Torah, where all the secrets of Torah are contained, so too, one should not pay attention to anything other than the thoughts of Torah, or to meditate on the greatness of God and his beneficial acts, or contemplate how to benefit others, or other similar good thoughts. As a rule, no foreign or irrelevant thoughts should enter one's mind, such as the elevated level of Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai and his comrades, when Rabbi Yoshi's thoughts one strayed a little from the Torah. Note how Rabbi Shimon rebuked him, as related in the Zohar. The third attribute to emulate of the Creator. One's forehead, or metzach, should not contain any harshness. So rather, one should constantly emulate the supernal metzach of willingness and appease all. Even when he finds people angry at one another, he should appease and pacify them with his goodwill. For the supernal For the supernal metzach of willingness constantly placates strict judgment and rectifies them. He too should appease those intense people who intensify their anger. He should guide them with goodwill and complement this with his great wisdom to nullify their anger, lest it overstep its boundaries and cause damage, God forbid. One should follow the example of the divine will, which derives from the wondrous chokhmah found in the metzach of Atik, whence all strict judgments are appeased. This quality derives from being constantly pleasant towards people, for if his traits are in any aspect harsh towards others, they will not be placated by him. This is the meaning of the Mishnah in Avot 3:13. Anyone whom the spirit of people is pleased with, the spirit of the omnipresent is also pleased with him. The fourth attribute to emulate. It says, one's ears should always turn to hear good, while false and despicable reports should not enter them at all. Just as in the essence of supernal listening, any cry for strict judgment or any blemish of evil gossip does not enter there, so too one should not listen to anything except that which is good or of practical use. To other things which intensify anger he should not listen to. And just as the words in speech of the serpent have no entry above, so too no despicable thing should have any entry in him, in his ears. This is the meaning of the phrase, you shall not accept a false report. Shemot, that's Exodus 23:1. How much more so does this apply to other despicable things, which should not enter one's ears at all, and he should only be listening to good things.